I'm gonna try to make this quick, peoples. My eye trying to heal up. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. I'm going to my boy house, so I gotta make this quick. I don't want y'all in my business, but I'm gonna give you the business that I want you to talk about. I posted something about school choice, and I had a conversation about school choice on a Zoom call with Marcus and his crowd last week. So I don't think parents fully understand school choice and how that's important. I just think we so concerned with, oh man, the light done changed. I would have hooked you up, my brother. Let's see. Hold on. Damn it, I ain't gonna start the road. What's up, bro? Anyway, I don't think parents understand how important school choice is. That means that you don't have to complain about the type of school that your kid go to anymore because you can control it. You can send your kid to a better school. So I don't understand why people don't think that's a good thing now, to be able to send your kid to a better school. So I'm just confused. What do you guys think about school choice? Take away who's offering school choice and maybe try to just see the benefit that could be gained by you living in a zip code that may not have a good school near it. They may have a failing school, and now you can take your kid to the best school. Why would that be a bad thing? I've heard a couple of excuses. I heard people say, well, what if you don't have a car? Then now it's on you to figure out as a parent how to get one. Shit, when your taxes come, go buy a car like we always do. I don't understand the excuses. Like, I don't get it. Then we talked about voter suppression, and I said, voter suppression? I said, you mean getting an ID? Like, how is that voter suppression? Because you need to get an ID. You need to get an ID to have a job. So voter suppression back in the day, when the KKK used to lynch black folks for voting Democrat, to me, that was voter suppression. Voter suppression ain't asking you to get an ID. So how many black people driving around without a license or an ID? Who don't have an ID? Good Lord, girl. But anyway, that ain't voter suppression to me. I think we starting to complain about so much shit. We don't understand how much we're in control of our own destiny. I'm not the type of dude that's gonna cry about no goddamn ID. If I care about Obama getting in office, I'm gonna go get a fucking ID to make sure I get the first black president in office. What is the complaint about? Go get a fucking ID. If you saying you want Trump out of office, go get an ID. These are the rules. Go get a fucking ID. I don't get it. It's just a bunch of excuses and a bunch of complaints. They say, I said, what about the opportunity zone? Oh, well, I talked to a bunch of people and a bunch of people told me the opportunity zones ain't benefit them and it was no good. Okay, that's your argument? You talked to a bunch of, who is these people? Like, I just don't understand. We become so fragile as a people that I look at the great men of back in the day, Muhammad Ali, Jack Johnson, all these strong men that took life by the horn and lived it their way. Look at the black women, Rosa Parks, and all of these strong women that would not be denied. And I don't see women like that. I don't see men like that of today. I see a bunch of cowards. I see a bunch of people afraid to say the truth. I see a bunch of people following suits like minions and repeating talking points that they were given. I don't see no objective thought, other than my own, of course, but you don't have to agree with me. And a lot of things that they were saying in the chat was like, oh, anybody that don't agree with you, you mad at. I'm like, you're not agreeing with me. I didn't come up with school choice. I'm just asking, is it a good thing? And if you think it's not, tell me why it's not. So don't get mad at me because you can't tell me why a question that I proposed to you, you can't answer it. So you saying you're agreeing with me. You're not agreeing with me. I didn't come up with any of these policies. I didn't come up with the First Step Act. I didn't come up with opportunity zones. I didn't come up with none of that. I do think they all are good things, and I just have enough cojones to say that, because I'm not gonna go Trump every time somebody say his name. My nose and my eye don't twitch, and I don't feel like I'm gonna lose a lung. I can say whether somebody's doing something positive or not, whether I like them or not, or whether they're my friend or not. If you're doing something positive for my community, I can point that out. You don't have to be my friend. I don't have to like you. We don't have to go golfing. It's just some of the stuff that he's done, people are afraid to give credit where credit is due. And I just want to know why. Y'all gonna get a beating or something? Your wife gonna leave you? What is it? You gonna lose a job? Because it has to be some of those things for y'all not to give one iota of credit to somebody who's done something that directly affect the black community. Because they once, hold on. Because they once that can't communicate for any reason will not have funds put into school systems to make improvements. Everyone doesn't get a tax refund, fam. I understand you get it out of the mud outlook. That's not true. In New York, it's $15,000 per child. They pay your kid. It's your tax credit should follow your child to whatever school you want to go to. There's no money coming out of your pocket. So that's not true. You got to understand what school choice is. It's basically your tax credit that you get for your kid. That note, that bill follows your kid to whatever school it's going to, and that school get the funding. The reason why teachers don't like it is because those schools that are doing poorly, people are going to haul ass, and rightfully so. Competition is the only thing that makes and bring about improvement. If you don't have to compete for nothing, then why would schools get any better? It's just crazy. And what else you say? And we spent $80 million on No Child Left Behind. See, we love these cliches. We love these phrases that sound good. No child left behind, when every kid was failing and the test scores got worse. So how is it no child left behind if the test scores getting worse? What up, Sean? I couldn't answer. I had to finish this up. But you know where I live. Take the boy home. But anyway, how is it that we come up with these great sayings that when you follow what actually happened behind the saying, that it's destructive, it's bullshit? No child left behind. You spent $80 million and the test scores get worse. Go look it up. So forget test scores getting better. I would like to be able to drive my kid to a school in an affluent neighborhood, drop them off, and those schools are graduating 98, 100%, 95% of the students. Why wouldn't I want to take my kid there? I don't have to worry about violence. I don't have to worry about none of that. The things that they're telling you that's negative about it only coming from one side. You guys won't open your mind to even listen to why what they're saying is bullshit. Why would you want to send your kid to a failing school? I don't even want to hear the excuses on what you're telling me. You're not doing what you're supposed to do. My tax credit, my little voucher, and my little son, my little daughter need to go to the school that's doing their job. And if you want to do your job, then we'll come back. You want to pay teachers more, pay teachers a better salary so they can give a fuck. The money that you're getting at these schools, you actually use them to get better books and better equipment, then it'll bring about improvement. So to say that school choice is a bad thing, that's crazy. One person said, it's only for the middle class. It's racist because it's for the middle class. I said, why would you say that? Because middle class people got cars and they have the means to do it. What? What world are you living in? I know motherfuckers in the hood got more shit than people in the middle class because their rent is being subsidized. So they can spend more money on things that they want. They got better cars. They got better shoes. They got better clothes. Take some of that goddamn money you spending to look so damn good and use it for the right thing, which is making sure your little kid is better. Your kid is going to a school. Everybody got a car. And if you don't have a car, you can get it. You say it take a community, a village to raise a child. Where the fuck y'all village at? Your village can't just meet at the fucking club every weekend. Your village can meet at these schools. To put together a band of parents that want to go to the new schools and say, hey, check this out. We're going to start a carpool. We're going to alternate. When your days off, you take the kids to school, or not even the days off. The days that you go late to work, let's set up a schedule to where our schedules allow us on certain days to be the one to carpool and drop the kids off. You got to do something other than give me this excuse that we can't. That is bullshit. It's like we want everybody to love and do for our kids more than we willing to do. And that to me, as a parent, is bullshit. I'm a parent. That's bullshit. If you tell me I could take my kid, let's just say I lived in what's a place with some of the best schools, wherever that is. But I live in the hood. I live flat dag in the hood. If you tell me I can take my kid to the school that's in the best neighborhood, you just got to get them there. Well, shit, you gave me something to work towards. And you can bet your goddamn bottom dollar, any girl I'm around, any person I'm around, anybody I'm around, that's what I'm going to be talking about until I get my goal accomplished. I want Junior to not have to dodge bullets at school. I want Junior to not have to get beat up at school. I want Junior to be able to get an education at school. So that's what I would be focused on every day until I accomplish it. What are you focused on? You focused on saying that you can't. You focused on making an excuse. It's the big white man. It's the this, it's the that. Fuck all that. A foundation start when these kids are small. Right, Frederica Academy. If I can live in Dixville and I can take my kid to Frederica Academy, you could bet your bottom dollar jack. My mama used to walk 15 miles to school. So all the crying and shit, y'all need to go talk to some of your grandmas. Go talk to some of your uncles. If they still living, go talk to them how they had to get to school. Go talk to them how they had to walk from Dixville all the way across goddamn town and had white people chasing them to get back home. Go talk to people who really been through shit and not all this crying we fucking doing. Y'all, we ain't been through a goddamn thing right now, but crying. We putting ourselves through more shit because we whining. We won't unlock our goddamn brain. Can't nobody stop you from getting your kid to school. Can't nobody stop me. Shit. I can't wait to get one of these goddamn school vouchers. Because now, I'm going to wake up in the morning. I ain't got to pay for my son to go to school online no more. You know what I'm going to do? I can pay for some gas. Goddamn right. I will get up 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning and drive him all the way to Fayette County. I don't give a fuck where I got to go. I'm going to look up the best school as soon as this shit get passed. I bet you my son will be up in that motherfucker for the free. I don't know what's wrong with y'all. Y'all can sit here and listen to these liberals, listen to these motherfuckers tell you what you can and can't do when I know the truth. Every goddamn tax time come, motherfuckers going out to buy cars. So how the hell you can't get a car? You can get a fucking bucket. It ain't about how it look. We talking about your kid and his future. We talking about something that can change an opportunity, which that kid can help change a generation. But y'all don't want to do that. It's always woe is me. It's always anybody that tell you something of strength. You're envious. You're mad at them. Yeah, call a fucking Uber. You call an Uber to go to the club. You know, you want to get mad at the people who give you a message of strength, but you praise the people that tell you you can't. It's sad. We praise the people that say, you can't do it. It's okay. Let me do it. Let me do it. The whole time they turning that knife in your goddamn back. Let me do it. They turning that knife in your damn back. This don't make no goddamn sense. And everybody say, well, Kwame, why? Why are you talking about it now? I've been talking about this shit. If you look at my lives, it's just getting to a point where we don't have time to play no more. We got people joking. We got people getting on the internet. We got people talking about wars. We got people talking about all kind of shit that is counterproductive. When are we going to talk about healing? When are we going to talk about coming together? When are we going to talk about anything positive? Every goddamn day we're getting negative imagery. We're getting love and hip hop. We're getting reality TV, whether it be the Bad Girls Club, whether it be marriage boot camp, and it's all dysfunction. A bunch of motherfuckers arguing, fighting, drinking, just a bunch of bullshit. What happened to Family Matters? What happened to Steve Urkel? I used to love going home watching this, listening to that Steve Urkel goofy ass jack up his pants. Did I do that? Whatever happened to that shit? I know it's lame now, but whatever happened to black TV shows that show people in a positive light? Every goddamn show, everybody ain't the best rapper or the toughest fucking goon. Every show now, that's what we looking at. The best rapper, the toughest goon, or the worst music that we listening to. That shit don't make no goddamn sense. Stop listening to the idiot box for 1 second. Come up with your own original thought for 1 second. Because if you look at it, the same people that's sitting here talking about things in such an educated manner and using all these big words, the same systems that are being attacked, which is your education, which back then they didn't want us to read. They'll cut your fucking tongue out and kill anybody who taught you how to read. So they want you in poor schools. Who's pushing that? They want you in poor schools. The guy who's supposed to be the racist give you the option to go to school you want to. That don't really make sense. Conflict of interest for a racist. Okay. Going down the line. Anybody who start to see the truth and tell you about it, you demonize them. You call them a coon. You call them words. Back in the day, they could just simply hang you. Because if a person voted Republican that was black back in the day, they would hang you. So, now they can't do that, so they discredit and call you a name. So it's the same tactics by the same people. We talk of this big shift. Okay, give me the names of people who shifted. Because I heard it was only 2. So I want all the names of all the people that shifted. I want somebody from the academic world. I want the names of all the people that shifted. Because it's things that, to me, seem like we've been lied to. And one thing about it, I don't like being lied to. And I'm not too fragile to see the truth. See, some of you ain't nothing nobody can say to you. Because your mama told you what to do. Your mama told them what to do. And you got a generation of bullshit. You know. Generation. Just like the slave master gave you the butt of the pig and the feet of the pig and the tail of the pig. And that's supposed to be negative because we supposed to be changing, right? But we still eat that same shit, though. We still love it. We still sucking on a pig toe that wallow in the fucking mud. We love it, though. But we want to tear down a statue of George Washington. And then I asked the dude, I said, okay, well, why ain't Margaret Sanger the first person we tearing down, though? Why ain't, what's his name? What's his name for the feds? Old boy that ran the feds for so long, that wiretap Malcolm X, that wiretap Martin Luther King. One of y'all have said in the comments, I just forgot. But I said, why are we not going after these 2 statues first? Margaret Sanger got women thinking it's their right, which it could be. But it ain't about a woman and a man thing. But the result of you thinking this way, we are aborting 501 babies a month. Black babies. And then screaming Wakanda. J. Edgar Hoover. Thank you, Nikki. Why aren't we ripping down J. Edgar Hoover statue and Margaret Sanger statue first? Because remember, black people are dying. Number one thing we dying from: Planned Parenthood, heart disease, and homicides. Those are the number one things we're dying from, but they will have you believe in the media the number one thing we dying from is the police. Now, there's more white people dying by the police. There's more Mexican men dying by the police. Can anybody name one white man that died in 2019 from the police? There's 19 of them. Can you name one? We can name all the black people that died. Not diminishing anybody's life, but I'm just want you to really see what's going on. We can name Sandra Bland, Mike Brown, Trayvon wasn't killed by a cop, but he was acting like a cop. We can name all these people that's died at the hands of cops. We can name all the black ones. How come we can't name the 19 white ones? How come we can't name any of the Mexican ones? Oh, why? Because they're not putting it on TV. Why are they not putting it on TV? Bro, you should put together a seminar or a workshop together with the subject matter you've been sharing. I mean, it's right on TV. I mean, the facts are right there. If you will stop, people have become, I don't want to keep saying fragile, but that's the only word I keep coming up with. We're so sensitive to now that I thought education or being smart was to get both arguments, was to go get one side of the coin, get the other side of the coin, and examine the information and see what makes sense. Now, what's educated now is to learn a bunch of shit that somebody else taught you and do no research of your own, regurgitate it like it's your own thoughts, and then don't let nobody tell you nothing different. You're gonna argue facts. There's people out there facts be damned. They don't want to hear. They don't want to hear facts. They just want to argue. And an educated person don't argue with facts. It shows that you're uneducated when you do that. When you say something to me that's correct, you got that. And then now, that's something I add to my repertoire. I write that down. Now I got something else I can go with. You had 18 people listening. Now you have 12. Guess now you have 12 guests. Now I guess they didn't want to hear you. Of course not. They don't want to hear the truth. And that's why they say they're going to lie to them, make it sound fly to them. I got people getting off my page, and I love it because I'm not here to argue. I want the people that's willing to learn something different and willing to hear something different, because if it's not about you being right, if it's not about you being right, just like it's not about me being right, if it's not about you being right, then if somebody's just saying something that's true, whether it hurt your feelings or not, you listen to the truth. I'm going to always stand in truth and listen to the truth. I'm not coming from a position of no perfect man. I've made all mistakes. I've hit every check mark. Larry Elder said the 3 things you could do to stay out of poverty: graduate high school, don't have babies out of wedlock before you get married, and get a job. Everybody can do those 3 things. If you have the power to do those 3 things, we all do. We need to get on birth control and stop looking at that as something that's demonic or something that goes against God and you're having sex, unprotected sex. Let's be real about the situation. Let's have fun. Have all the sex you want if that's what you want to do. But an innocent child don't need to be in that situation. Marcus them said, oh, well, I was so happy, or he said I was in the free lunch programs and this and that, so I was appreciative of free lunch. Yeah, I was appreciative of free lunch too. But we have to understand why we were in those situations. Our parents made mistakes. I don't blame the government for what my mom and dad didn't do right. I don't blame the government for that. My mom and my dad should have stayed together. My dad shouldn't have went to prison. Other people's parents shouldn't have did blah, 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 whatever they did. But we got to have self-accountability. I'm fighting like hell to get my baby moms to understand fighting me crumbles the house. That ain't going to help nothing. Yeah, you got a point. Yeah, I got a point. But fighting ain't going to help. Let's get to the point and let's find that through line. Let's find a through line. Waking up every day to fight with somebody is not going to help you. Waking up every day talking about a bunch of mumbo jumbo is not going to help you. I get up and I think about how can I improve my life? How can I use my influence to help others before shit go crazy? And I'm going to do that. I'm going to speak on things that you can't argue about. You can't say that approving a child's education is worse for them. The only thing you can do is make excuses. I can't get them there. Oh, this and this and that. No, educate yourself on school choice. And you will see for yourself. It is the new revolution. They can't stop you. The more educated you are the right way and not being indoctrinated, these school systems are teaching you are a victim. Everybody sound, majority, not everybody. Because I don't want somebody to say, oh, no, he said all. Because people listen for an argument. Most people don't listen for that through line. And if you don't listen for that through line and you're just listening to argue, not necessarily not a disagreement, because you can disagree with somebody without arguing. You can just say, hey, bro, that right there wasn't correct, and here's why. Most people can't even do that. Oh, I just disagree with everything you say. Okay, well, what did you disagree with? The majority of it. Okay, well, what was it? Can you point out specifically what I said that you disagree with it so I can learn? I'm just saying, all the stuff you say, I just don't like. I'm like, okay, calm down the emotion, because you really ain't saying that. And we got a lot of useful guys in our community, but their brains are being hijacked out of fear, out of whatever. But I don't understand why you call yourself a man, you let somebody hijack your brain. Find a way to get it in the way, like John Lewis said. Yeah, find a way to get in the way, I guess. But at the end of the day, I know one thing. I'm the type of man that all I need is opportunity. If you're going to give me opportunity, you got me to that water, now it's on me to catch this fish. I'm not finna do nothing. I'm not finna do all that whining and crying and complaining, because you've put me in the room, you put me in position to change my situation. And education will help these kids change their situation. And that's all I got to say on the topic. I hope people will be more honest. It's funny how we say believe all women, support all women, and as soon as a black woman that don't align with your thoughts, that don't say whatever you want to say, because black women are usually protected like gold. But when that woman does it, like I say, repeat and regurgitate your victimology, now she just as attacked as a man. She just as good as attacked as white folks. It's sad what we doing to each other. It's this get down or lay down mob mentality. And me, I don't lay down. Unless you the police and I'll lay down then. Hell yeah. Hand behind my back, all that. But if you ain't the police, I'm not laying down. I'm not laying down for somebody to tell me I can't do something. And for the white folks who's more upset about racism than me, calm yourself down. I don't walk out my house afraid. I'm a black man that's telling you, I don't walk out my house afraid. I don't. So don't tell me I'm afraid. Don't tell me this. Don't tell me that. Stop crying for me. Let me cry for my motherfucking self. You go back and do whatever you go do. Don't cry for me, because that's bullshit. Every day is a new 24 hours to be successful. And I agree with you wholeheartedly, but the messaging that we're teaching our community, they don't get that message. They get that there's a big bad white man out stopping you from doing this, stopping you from doing that. If Trump say or do anything good, that's still met with resistance. Oh, he only doing that to clout chase. I don't give a fuck why he doing it. If the end result is going to help my community, I'm all for it. If my brother or my homie was in prison and they all I got to do is go holler at Trump and he might let him out, motherfucker, I'm on the first thing smoking. I don't give a damn if I got to drive to D.C. I'm going to have that conversation. Some of y'all talking about, oh, fuck that cracker. I ain't going to talk to Trump, this and that. Excuse my language. But that's how we talk. Fuck him. I ain't going to talk to him, this and that. He racist. But he going to let your people out, bro. Fuck that. He racist. I'll sit there and listen to all racist. If that's what you saying, I'll sit there and listen to all kind of racist shit, whatever he's saying. But at the end of the conversation, are you going to let such out? Yeah, we going to let him out. Cool. I never got to talk to your ass again. But I don't know what's wrong with y'all, bro. Bro, you became the bad guy when you talk like this, especially when it comes to accountability. I don't give a shit about being no bad guy. And Nigel, you should know me. I don't give a shit about being no bad guy. Facts do not care about feelings. I love that phrase, and I don't know who came up with it. It might have been, what's a little short joker name everybody hate? A little short white guy. I haven't looked at his stuff in a while. Short little Jewish guy. I think he might have been the first one who said that. But facts don't care about feelings. There's no nice way to tell somebody, hey, I'm holding this mirror up to you now. What you see is what you get. There's no nice way to show you. There's no nice way to show you the scar on my face. I just put the mirror up and show you what it looked like. It looked bad. That's how it looked. It is what it is. There's no nice way to do it. We just holding the mirror up, bro. There's things we can do to change. And if you're going to demonize everybody that tell you that, then guess what? Do we really want to change? Do we really want to change? Do we really want to live in peace? Or do we just want war for something to do? And I know why half of the people don't like me, because half of them will be without a job. This is what they do every day. They feed people negative thoughts. They tell people, Ben Shapiro. Thank you, Richard. You know, that's Ben Shapiro. That's like he like the guy. If you want to argue facts, go argue with him. Go argue with Larry Elder. I'm not the facts guy, but I know there's some people for your ass with them facts. But those two will get you. But it's just like we want to demonize everybody that try to get you to level up. How can iron sharpen iron if it ain't no little friction yet? See, you got to rub that friction for that iron to sharp. For it to get sharp, it take a little ironing things out. You got to talk about it, and you got to be smart about it. Everybody want to get upset at somebody for not sharing the same viewpoints. That doesn't make any sense. Am I saying anything hateful? Am I saying anything disrespectful? If you receive it that way, the only thing I'm saying is there's a golden opportunity that we all can take advantage of. Now, it's up to you to do so. We all got kids. We all got children. How are you going to get your kid to level up if little Sheila, or whatever her name is, and little Brian watching you cry all day? How is he going to be a strong boy watching daddy cry all day? How is this going to be a responsible young lady in life if she watching you be irresponsible? She watching you not care about the education. How? So it takes us. Nobody is going to view you any different until you view yourself different. You can't behave like a hoe and get Michelle Obama treatment. It ain't going to work that way. You're going to get the treatment that you purporting yourself as. Same go for men. If you want to be treated a different way, act a different way. Does that have anything to do with police brutality and all that? Y'all trying to lump it in? No. I'm talking about behavior, and I'm talking about this opportunity that we have with school choice. I am so sick of people that anything come from Trump, you automatically think it's something negative because you're told to think that. Don't do no research. Don't look into it yourself. Don't think about it yourself. It just automatically somebody owns your brain. Now they don't own your ass. You're not property no more. They own your mind. Because your mind won't allow you to open up to see something different. And that's sad. So if y'all want to stay indoctrinated and stay behind, then do so. But me, I can't wait to take my kid. I hope it's one of them goddamn schools that got a leather jacket, that got buttons on the shirt. I hope it's all that. Because I damn sure have them there every fucking morning. Some kids don't have daddies by no choice of their own. I understand that. But they got a mama that love them. And my mama represented. I'm not trying to bash no women. I'm not trying to bash no man. But my mama and some mamas, they go through hell and high water, and they sacrifice food for their children. They sacrifice everything for their kids. So it's some parents out there that do it right. It's some parents. That one black girl that was in the office with Trump, she just got the greatest opportunity ever. She got a scholarship, and now she's about to go to college free of charge. One of the best colleges. That's what I'm talking about. It ain't about always demonizing Trump or talking about the negative side of a person. The ones that are pointing the finger and doing all that talking, I guarantee you they ain't shit in real life. I was talking to Marcus, and I told him, "What's up, Marcus? I see you in here." The main guy that was talking about Donald Trump, Andrew Gillum. I know y'all might not knew him before, but you knew him from the infamous picture of him on the floor, butt-ass naked, with drugs around, allegedly, and 2 white boys he was sleeping with, allegedly. We know him for that. So this was a main guy that got on TV and talked about how immoral Trump was and all these things. And then when you look at his life, look what happened. Poof, the truth come out. Look at God, real quick. Bow, stop acting like you above somebody. You're the same person. So it's not about that. It's not demonizing somebody. It's about the truth. And the truth of the matter is, we're going to have to stop being so fucking emotional and start doing our own research on the outcomes of situations, not the sound good. It sound good to say Planned Parenthood, but the actual reality of what's going on is you're killing babies. So that sound good, but we're talking about what happened after that. It sound good to say No Child Left Behind. $80 million spent, children reading lower, children graduating less. So it's all about sounding good now. Fuck all the sounding good. And now it's time to actually be good. The truth, their conditioning has been conditioned. I understand that. But if you know better, you'll do better. The only reason why we've been conditioned is because nobody will be honest and do what I'm doing. I'm not coming at nobody, but I'm saying the facts. Opportunity zones are good for our community. If you look up what's going on, it's been good for our community. First Step Act has been good for our community. People are being released from jail. Angela Stanton got released from jail. She's one of the only women that's out here being real. Now, we talking about, now we have school choice. This is an opportunity for everybody that can't afford a house. They're putting us in projects for a reason. When you're in that project, you got a design school you got to go to, and most of them are failing. Now, if you got a car outside of that project, which most of us have, you drive that goddamn kid. Most of us in the projects ain't working any damn way, because if you get a job, they're going to take some of the credits away from you. They're going to take some of the good stuff away from you. So you're at home anyway. Drop your goddamn Facebook, drop your goddamn Instagram for 1 fucking second, and drive your kid to that school, because it's always about the next generation. It don't matter where you started at. You get your kid educated, and you don't know what can happen for you and your family. No Child Left Behind is actually hurting kids in my eyes. You're right, it is. But guess what? When it first came out, guess what? That shit sounded good. Man, they ain't gonna leave no child behind. So instantly you say, no kid is gonna fail. Bullshit. You put this kid in 8.5, and now all his goddamn friends picking on him. He's been bullied in school, and now nobody want to be, who the hell want to be around this dummy? You just labeled him as a dummy. You just helped him get bullied. So now, when he could do something about it, guess what he does? He drops out of school. That's what happens. Michigan has been school of choice for years, and they probably educated too. And it's sad. We fight against the things that are good. We fight against the people. And as I start learning about all these positive people, Thomas Sowell, Larry Elder, Walter Williams, Dr. Ben Carson, just anybody who's ever done anything positive and good and tell you and call you on your shit, automatically all these men are coons. All these men are being labeled something by the group that's trying to keep your ass in the dark. And you go along with it. Yep, you right. Yep, you right. Fuck him. But we open a trap house and you all go take pictures. I wish you motherfuckers could have came in the trap house I grew up in. And I wish they would have raided that motherfucker right when you was taking a picture. So they would have slapped your ass down, push you to the ground with an AR-15 and zip tie your ass and put you in handcuffs until they bust your refrigerator, your washing machine, and your tub up and tear your goddamn house up, don't find nothing, and leave it like that. Knock your fucking front door off the hinge, and now you got to try to tack that bitch up with a piece of 2x4 and nails so somebody just can't walk in through your house. Yeah, I wish some of you son of a bitches would have come, took a picture in the trap house that I grew up in. And I guarantee you won't think it was so fashionable. Cause now y'all think all this dumb shit is fashionable. It ain't so fucking fashionable, homie. It ain't so fucking fashionable. The ones that don't know shit about the trap house, I think you should stop talking about it. You don't know what the fuck you talking about. It ain't nothing good coming up with no trap house. None of that shit. And we flying across the country. Oh, yeah, look at us. This is a part of our culture. This is a part of our culture. Okay, a person that think like me, is it a good part of our culture or is it a bad part of our culture? It's a fucking horrible part of our culture, genius. Ben Carson, you mean that idiot that said we were immigrants in the bottom of the slaves? Yeah, Ben Carson is an idiot. A guy who separated twins that were attached at the head. Yeah. Okay. I won't even dignify that with a response. Yeah, idiot. You're right. The kids are being pushed through with bare minimum effect in the most important years, elementary school, and then they quit when they don't know the criteria when they get into high school. Absolutely. You can't push somebody way through to success, because at some point they're gonna get exposed. You can't do that. At some point it's gonna be about what you can do in this room, and then once you're put against somebody who actually worked his way in that room through blood, sweat, and tears, you're gonna get the biggest embarrassment of your life. And that's the problem. We don't want that embarrassment, so we keep brushing shit up under the rug. Fuck all that. You think just because I'm saying this, because one of the arguments I got on the live was, hey man, you can't talk like that because racist white people hear you. What is it with this love of racist white people with you Negro? I don't understand this shit. I don't give a fuck what you say. I don't give a fuck what a racist white person say. This is my live. This is my platform. The things that I'm talking about is to the best of my abilities. They're truthful. So I don't give a shit who listen, because I don't think that these people are stupid. The same numbers that I look up, you can go look up, and they probably looked up. So what the fuck? Shit, I'm saying it out loud for that young man who is having sex. He might want to take care of his penis better than I did. He might want to not have children out of wedlock like I did. He might not want to go through the hardships and the headaches like I'm going through. I'm talking to that woman who thought this little boy loved her, and she just had the baby thinking he loved her, then he hauled ass. Baby, don't listen to that. He can love you, y'all can have sex, but get on birth control and don't bring a baby into that situation. That's all I'm saying. If I could reach 2 of those people, I wouldn't give a shit what the rest of you say. Really wouldn't. Don't tell them the truth. They love being caught up in the matrix and on the trap house until the truth occurs. Yeah, I mean, it's just a bunch of buffoonery. It's like everybody that tell you a bunch of bullshit, you rock with them. They real. That's black. Now, somehow, a dude like me, because I wouldn't give a shit what you call me, but be careful what you call me, because I got family. So be careful what you call me, because I'm a real man through and through. I don't give a fuck about nobody insulting me. I'm not white people. And not to say white people scared, they just don't want to bust your motherfucking ass right now because of optics. I'm just telling you the truth. And you don't gotta like me. And I don't gotta like you. But the truth still gonna remain. We got to do better. We got to do fucking better. Burning down black stores and all this other shit, acting like you helping. The social climate is getting worse. That's why I say I always look at the outcome. If I tell a woman I love you, girl, and I cheat on her every day, I think she ain't gonna give a fuck about what I'm saying after she sees my actions. That's right, bus life. I'm gonna live my bus life. Cause I'm gonna turn everything negative into a positive. I'm not gonna cry and whine. Like I say, I looked up to Jack Johnson, Muhammad Ali, and in the sports world, to me, those were two iconic figures, and they went hard. They lived life their way. Rosa Parks, women like that, they didn't take no shit. You're not gonna deny them just because you say something. And they were at the face. They were staring racism right in the face. Their death was on the line for them. Ain't none of that on the line for us. Our feelings on the line for us. A social media post is on the line for us. Your life on the line if you talk like me. Because some immature bastard will sit there and try to harm you over words. Or some liberal may think that my words may catch on, so they might try to destroy my real life. But fuck it. The truth is the truth. I've always been about truth. Here's when shit get uncomfortable, that's when you see what type of man you are. We all can say we're a man living in big houses, living in nice houses, and all kind of bullshit with cars all over the place. What about when it's time to tell the truth? I could be in a room full of people, and you all could be saying that. And if I believe in this, I'm going to say it in front of the entire room. Because you have a right to say whatever you want to say, and I have a right to say whatever I want to say. And guess what? I can still be your friend after that. I don't need all friends that think like me. Matter of fact, I want friends that don't think like me. So that therefore, when something is said that's wrong or something I go too far, I could be called out on it because I have that opposite opinion. You motherfuckers only want to sit around and play Ring Around the Rosie with everybody that think like you. And that's sad. You motherfuckers holding hands. You right, big mean Trump. Fuck Trump, fuck Trump, fuck. Like, fuck him. But how is that helping your real life? Saying fuck somebody, how is that helping your real life? School choice helps your real life. Rudy Bridges. Yeah, school choice helps your real life. Opportunity zones help your real life. Getting an S Corp and paying less taxes help your real life. These are things that help your real life. Crying and saying that you're going to eradicate racism don't help your real life, because you can't make nobody like you. Hypothetically, like I said on the Zoom call, what if I said I didn't like white people? What if I said I'm racist? Not that I'm saying that for real. Hypothetically, what if I didn't like white people? There's not a bitch ass thing you can do about it. You can't come up with a policy to make me like you. You can't do a motherfucking thing to make me like you. I don't care how many stores you burn. I don't give a fuck what you say. I don't like you. What can you do about it? So we got to stop focusing on that. The things we could do something about is getting our kids in better schools, getting our kids in better environments, having less interactions with the police, focusing on goals that we can actually obtain, not a bunch of bullshit and crybaby shit. Let's see. It's good to have friends that can call you out without you thinking they're hating you. Yeah, we can't do that. Not in my community. Motherfucker, we all better say the same thing. We all better vote Democrats. We all better say the same shit. We all better act educated. We all better act fake woke. We all better act fake bougie when we know how we are. Motherfucker, I grew up listening to my mama, God bless the dead, talk about folks in the church. I listened to her. Now, when she got real saved and she got off of that, but when she first got saved, It was all about the Look at Me show. We were talking about people all goddamn day. Look at sister and the me. I can't stand that motherfucker. Oh yeah, she gonna be in the club. Oh yeah, that bitch be twerking. That's how we talk in real everyday life. But then when somebody say it out loud, it's, you don't even like his community. Shut up. I am the community. And you motherfuckers act like this in real life. If I put on a wig right now, matter of fact, I'm a goddamn pay my cousin 1010, my homeboy 1010 to tell y'all what to say. Cause you motherfuckers never say nothing about somebody who's of the opposites or somebody who have a different belief or sexual orientation than mine. They can say whatever. Now say I'm lying on that, since I can't never say nothing right. Say I'm lying on that. You motherfuckers sad. Can't never tell you the goddamn truth, so we gonna lie to you, make it sound fly to you. Cause you don't wanna hear the truth. None of you. You want somebody to coddle your goddamn feelings and tell you it ain't your fault. Now, is everything your fault? No. But now that you got an opportunity, what parent don't want better for their child? What's up, Francis? That's one parent that want better for her child. She fought and worked her ass off. Now she owns shit. She ain't sit around and mope and cry. She owns shit. She do what she supposed to do. Racism comes in all colors. It's about character, not color. That's what Martin Luther King said, but we ain't talking about character no more. All we talking about is color. All we talking about is what the white man won't let us do, what he ain't giving us. He killing us. Man, please. The white man disrespect me right now, I pull my phone out and they'll fire his ass from whatever job. His whole life will be ruined. So stop that lie. I respect all the people that gonna look at this school choice thing and be like Francis, or somebody who came up in the same neighborhood I came up in, had children, had all the check marks, all the mistakes that I made, and now look at on the other end of the spectrum. Homeowner, got homes that she's renting, not to put your business out, doing all kind of things that are positive. While we sitting here focusing all kind of energy on trying to destroy America and talking about the white man. Why don't we stop talking about the white man for a second and let's see what we can do for ourselves. You know how when a person stop eating sugar or stop doing something, they have to do something else to occupy their time. Why don't we stop talking about racism in the white man for 1 second? And let's see how much, like Francis said, growth. Let's see how much we can grow without talking about somebody else first. Let's see what we can do. Don't mention nobody else. Let's see what we can do. Are we aiming to get out the projects, or are we just staying there? My mama was a proud woman. Hell, she had 7, 8 kids. We could have lived in the projects and been hood rich. With all the goddamn vouchers and shit she would have got for 8 kids, we could have been hood rich. That free ass rent we would have had, boy, they would have gave us a goddamn house so big with 8 children. Man, please. Before we had more food stamps than motherfuckers had in their real check. Come on now. $1,500, $1,600, $1,700 of food stamp, cuz. What you talking about? $2,200 a month at one point. We had more money in stamps. Man, please. Come on. We got to be real. But my mama had a sense of pride. She said, oh, hell no. I don't want to live in that area that they trying to force me and box me into. I want something better for me. Now, she became disabled. She couldn't work. But she still had the mindset and the values of the women in the past. There's a lot of women that got on welfare as a stepping stone. They got on there and they bust their ass and they moved off of it because they knew that the environment that it's in is not conducive to raise children. So they got off of it. Why is that not the goal still to this day? Why have we found a way to live in the field? Why have we found a way to make that shit look like heaven? If you spending all your time blaming others, you will never focus on bettering yourself. Hello. Let me goddamn like that one before I forget. Let me like that one. Let me like all these jokes. Growth. Because it's some positive people on the thread. See, one thing about me, I'm not going to let negative folks drown out the positive folks. I will let all you negative motherfuckers say negative comments. And guess what? Your life is going to reflect those negative comments. Trust me. Your life is going to, because all you're doing is putting negative things in the atmosphere. Yeah, you might have money. Yeah, you might be educated. You might be successful. But inside here, you still feel less than a white man. Because the only person that's telling you that is you. I don't feel less than nobody. Nobody. Despite all the shit. And I don't have all the money in the world. Shit, I got more problems than probably everybody on this goddamn line. But I still don't feel less than you. People look at me as this spectacle and not a man. I just want to be looked at as a man. That's it. I don't feel no better or no lower. And I damn sure wouldn't wash none of you motherfuckers' feet. Man, look at here. I had to go look at that video again. Lord have mercy. You want white people to wash your feet now. White people, if y'all don't step up and say shit without animus and just be honest, like that one white YouTuber I just sent out, y'all have to be honest before you get angry. This shit is sad. You are not responsible for washing nobody goddamn feet. Get your ass down there and wash your own fucking feet. That's bullshit. If I was white, you would think I was the biggest racist in the world. Because the moment you ask me to wash your feet, I might whip your ass. I ain't gonna lie. I might just fight you right there on the spot. And maybe I'm thinking from a black guy's perspective, because it's okay for us to fight. Maybe I wouldn't if I was white, because I know how that would look and I would destroy my family. But I'm black, so you better not ask me to wash your goddamn feet. That's horrible. How is that helping you in life, having some white dude wash your feet? That's how I know it's not about equality. It's not about healing. You motherfuckers want revenge. It's a sector of us black folks. We want revenge on white folks. And that's sad. And some of you white folks gonna keep clapping and thinking that you helping black folks until that revenge is enacted on your ass. And I'm not gonna feel bad for you. I just want to be in the safe zone with me and my kids, and I want to be able to keep focusing on growth and keep focusing on getting them things, because if we crash out and have a war, what we gonna leave them? I asked the dude on live, he talking about, oh, nigga, we ready for a race war, we gonna do this, we got guns too. Where you gonna put your kids at while you doing all this war? You think you gonna be able to shoot while they're in the basement? Shit. This motherfuckers got flamethrowers, grenades, and all kind of shit. Come on, man. Think about it. Think about what you're saying before you get all emotional and say some dumb shit online and you write a check your ass can't cash. Because all that talking don't mean a motherfucking thing. You better wisen up, spend more time focusing on your family and focusing on how you're going to fix your situation and not how you're going to yell at somebody else to do it for you. And I'm out this bitch.